Let us set up the database along with tables to see how the batch loads are typically done. We have scripts and dataset available in our GitHub repository. You can click on this and you should be able to clone this and you can take it further. Even the instructions are provided here. You can also follow this video to take it to the next step where you can actually run scripts to create the tables. When it comes to our environment, the repository is already cloned under /data/retail_db. It has scripts to create tables with the primary keys. Those scripts are generated from MySQL tables and refactored for Postgres. We'll create the tables and load the data from the files. We can use this create_db_tables_pg.sql to actually create the tables. Here are the commands to launch pSQL and run scripts to create tables as well as load data into tables. You just use your specific username, database name and password to interact with the database and take care of this. If you are using our environment, you might get the username, database name, password, etc. You have to use those details. In your case, you can set up the database as well as users as per your comfort level and you can take it further. If you are using Jupyter based approach, you can launch the terminal by saying file new terminal and then you can copy this pSQL command. You can change whatever has to be changed and then paste here, hit enter. It will prompt for the password. In this case, the password is nothing but retail_password for now. I will be resetting it at a later point in time. For now, I should be able to say retail_password for password and I am inside the database. If you say /d, it will actually list the tables. Already the tables are here. We can drop these as part of the Git repository. We even have the drop tables command if I am not wrong. Okay, there is no drop tables command. If you do not have drop tables command, then you have to drop these one at a time. So let me drop table order_items first, then orders. Let me use cascade so that all dependent objects are also either dropped or the constraints are dropped. Now the orders table is dropped. Earlier it is failed because of the view on top of this. Now because of the cascade it is dropped. However, the view might not be dropped, which you don't need to worry too much about at this time. As order items and orders are dropped, now we have to drop customers, categories, departments and products. So let's start with customers here. So drop table customers will take care of dropping the customers table, then products, then categories, then departments. So you have to drop all the tables so that we can recreate and then take it to the next level where we can populate those tables using bulk load approach with Python as programming language. It also have the script to load the data into the table. Make sure you don't run that because we are going to populate the tables using programming language. We don't want to run this script which is available already, load db tables_pg to load the data. In place of that, we will read the data from these folders and write into the tables using Python as programming language. For now, we just have to run this create db tables_pg.sql to create the tables for us. So /i create_db_, it is under /data/retail_db, then create_db_tables_pg.sql. Now the tables are being created. All the 6 tables are created. We should be able to take it to the next step. So we are now under preparing database. As we are done with creating the database tables, now let's see what else needs to be done. We need to ensure that the tables are there. So I'm just creating a retail connection object. You can actually validate by saying retail_connection like this. Already the connection is established. This is not mandatory actually. We can skip this. We don't need to establish the connection to the database. As the tables are created using Jupyter or even using pSQL, we should be able to validate whether the tables are there. So in this case, I'm just loading SQL magic and creating this database_URL environment variable and then running a query against orders as well as order items. As of now, we have just created the tables. We haven't loaded the data into the tables. That's why they are empty. As we are ready with the database tables, now it is time for us to explore different options to load the data into these tables in batches in the pursuit of loading the data into these tables effectively, keeping performance in mind. Let's get into those details.